Isaac Newton, the smartest man who ever lived, lost 20,000 pounds in a stock bubble. In today's money, that's roughly $4 million. And here's the part that should scare you: he saw it coming. He sold early, watched his friends get rich, panicked, and bought back in at the top. The man who mapped gravity couldn't map greed. Every bubble in history looks different on the surface. Tulips, tech stocks, houses. But underneath, they all tell the exact same lie. Learn that lie, and you'll recognize the next one before it takes your money. In 1637, in Holland, a single tulip bulb sold for more than a canal house in Amsterdam. Not a garden of them. One bulb. The rarest variety, the Semper Augustus, traded for around 5,000 guilders, and a skilled craftsman earned about 300 guilders in a whole year. So people mortgaged their homes to buy flowers. Why? Because the price only ever went up. Buy today, sell next week for double. It felt less like gambling and more like math. Then, in February of 1637, a routine bulb auction found no buyers. Just one. And the whole thing collapsed in days. Fortune's gone. Over a flower. But here's what nobody tells you: the tulips were real. They really were rare, really were beautiful. The lie wasn't the flower. Keep that in mind, because it comes back every single time. Skip ahead to 1720, England. A company called the South Sea Company promised untold riches from trade with South America. Investors went insane. The share price rocketed from around £128 in January to over £1,000 by summer. There was just one problem. The company barely traded anything. The profits were a story. A beautiful, believable story. By December, the stock was back near £150. And Newton, who'd already made a fortune and cashed out, jumped back in near the peak and got wiped out. Now think about the last time everyone around you was making easy money. Did you feel smart staying out, or did you feel like the only fool at the party? That feeling. That's the machine that runs every bubble. Here's the counterintuitive truth most people miss. Bubbles aren't built on stupidity. They're built on truth stretched too far. In 1929, the truth was that America was electrifying, industrializing, booming. All real. So investors borrowed money to buy stocks. Certain prices couldn't fall. The Dow hit 381 in September. By 1932, it bottomed at 41. An 89% collapse. It didn't fully recover until 1954, 25 years later. In the year 2000, the truth was that the internet would change the world. It did. But the Nasdaq still crashed from 5,048 down about 78%. Pets.com went from a Super Bowl ad to liquidation in 268 days. And in 2008, the truth was simple: houses are safe, home prices always rise. Until they fell 27% and took the global banking system down with them. See the pattern? Every bubble starts with something genuinely true. The lie is never the story. The lie is the 4 words attached to it: this time is different. So how do you protect yourself? You lean on one idea from Benjamin Graham. In the short run, the market is a voting machine, it counts popularity. In the long run, it's a weighing machine, it measures value. Bubbles are the voting machine screaming. The cure is asking one boring question: what does this actually earn? A tulip earns nothing. South Sea earned almost nothing. Pets.com earned nothing. Compare that to what real investors do. When Warren Buffett bought Coca-Cola in 1988, he wasn't betting on a story. He was buying real earnings at a sensible price, and $1.02 billion became over $25 billion. Which camp are you in, chasing the story or weighing the value? Be honest with yourself in the comments. That answer decides your whole future as an investor. Remember Newton at the start, the genius who lost a fortune not because he was dumb, but because he couldn't stand watching others win. That's you and me too. We're all Newton when the party's loud enough. So here's the one line to carry with you. Every bubble whispers, this time is different. It never is. The flowers change. The lie stays the same. This is educational content, not financial advice. Always do your own research, because the moment you think you're immune to a bubble is the moment you've joined one. So tell me, which bubble do you think we're living inside right now? Drop it in one word below, and I'll read every answer. And tomorrow, we're breaking down the one number that separates a real business from a beautiful story. You won't want to miss it.